Hello, Taurus. I hope you are well. Welcome to Silver Light Tarot and welcome to your December 2024 reading. I'm going to be using the Celtic Cross. The deck I'm using is the Gilded Tarot, and I will clarify with a new deck of mine, the Tarot of the Aquarius Tarot. So let's get into the read for Taurus. Show me Taurus for December 2024. Show me Taurus for December 2024. Five of Pentacles in reverse. The Five of Pentacles in the upright is a feeling of lack, a feeling of being left out in the cold. When it's in reverse, I actually see this as a positive turn on this energy. In the upright here, you see he's feeling left out in the cold, but he can't see the hand that's there to help him, not seeing the light coming through. Everything just seems kind of dark and lonely, and you're just left to your own devices and feeling you have no place to go. But when it's in reverse, I see the light pouring through. You're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and maybe that means you're more open to receiving help. Block has been the King of Wands. So the King of Wands, he takes action, very intentional action. He knows what he wants. He knows what he's going after. So with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, so there's still that sort of feeling of being left out in the cold, but you may be lacking direction. You may, in terms of action, you may not know where to go. So you can't see the light of the tunnel. Everything's just very dark. But in the reverse, you might be coming slowly around to seeing some direction, something you can take action on. There could be like, with the King of Wands, it's very energy directed. This is action, is very, they know where to focus their energy. There's a purpose, there's an intention. So it could be about finding your purpose. What next steps are you going to take going forward? And it's about discovering that. Past energies. Justice in the reverse. Lack of balance. Definitely there's a lack of balance here. What do you need to do to establish balance? What is out of balance? Sometimes that means having to take a look at the past. What has brought you here? And trying to learn from that. What didn't work? What did work? And then you can focus more on what did work to bring things back into alignment. What is there to learn here? The Justice card is about truth. What is the truth of your situation? So what brought you here? It's not meant to be, it's not an energy meant to, as a reason to beat yourself up. It is a very logical, mindful reflection on what brought you to this place of feeling this lack. I mean, you could say, you know, you have ventured down a wrong path. So what do you need to do to get yourself back on track? And oftentimes that means, what lessons are there that could help you in discovering your purpose and where you need to go? Because right now there's a little glimmer of a benchmark. There's a little glimmer here that you can work with. But it may mean going back, what set things out of balance, and looking at the approaches you've taken that have brought you here so you can make adjustments moving forward. What's grounding this? Two of Pentacles. So a decision needs to be made. He's juggling 2 pentacles. And he's balancing it. He's maintaining a balance, but it's difficult to maintain. And in order to maintain that balance, something has to go. One of these pentacles has to go. Because this can't be sustained. You can only do this for so long. You're doing it well, but with the Justice card in reverse, it's telling me that there's a lack of balance. So you one of them or both of them have fallen. Which one do you pick back up is the decision. Which one do you pick back up? So that you can reestablish some focus and movement forward in your life. What's above this, your perception? What's above this, your perception? We have the Page of Cups. Ooh, Ten of Swords. So, yeah, this feeling of lack has brought you to some very, very heavy mental weight. And the Page of Cups is the energy of an offer of your heart space. It's the Page of Cups, so it's the very beginning. So it's either a message of that you're receiving, or a message you gave, a small offering, a small emotional offering. And it's sitting here beside some very heavy emotional weight. So either this person is looking, the Page of Cups could be seen as looking at the Ten of Swords. So this could be a separate energy. This Page of Cups is looking at this person and wanting to extend an offer of could be emotional support. I'm here, that kind of thing. Or it could be you offered this emotional message and you were left feeling out in the cold, and it's led to some emotional weight. Can go either way. Could be, yeah, if you're feeling a lack of support, but it's there, you just haven't been able to see it. You're looking for emotional support. Feeling unsupported. Near future. got a lot here. The Hierophant. Could be a lack of commitment to traditional structures. There's been a disruption to some of your very long-term structures, what you consider to be very important. Especially with the Ten of Pentacles to your long-term stability. Something that you relied on quite heavily didn't pan out, and it's one of the pentacles that you dropped, or that you're in the process of dropping, that you thought would lead to your Ten of Pentacles, your long-term stability. Because the Hierophant is about very like family, long-term like systems in your life that you're very committed to, such as family, your work, school, if that's the stage you're at, your spirituality, your church. And something that you really relied on, whether it be a change in your family structure, whether it be a change in your work environment. We do have Pentacles here. And with the Two of Pentacles, there's this notion of taking on too much. But something did make you feel like you were left out in the cold. There was a lack. It has created this void. But it was something you really, really relied on that did provide you with stability, is no longer there. And because it was so long-term, was part of your, like, you will rely on members of your family for long-term security and support, whether that be emotional, whether that be even, you need support in almost any area of your life. But when it could be, someone dies, well, that's a major shift in your family structure. You lose a job. Someone may have lost a job here. Some of you may have lost a job. And of course, that would bring about feelings of lack, feelings of being left out in the cold. Where do you go from here? But something's also happening in the heart space here. How do you see yourself? Seven of Pentacles. Pentacles again. Seven of Pentacles. This is something you've put a lot of effort into. There's the tree. You've planted the tree. The tree has grown. It's bearing fruit. You've put a lot of focus and effort into this. So how much fruit are you getting back? That's what you're assessing right now. Is this going to produce enough pentacles so that you can get to your Ten of Pentacles? A decision about that needs to be made here. That's what's grounding this. You're needing to evaluate that, because something you thought that was going to be part of your long-term stability isn't bearing fruit. Doesn't mean the whole tree isn't, but something is. And it is pretty significant, though, because the Five of Pentacles is pretty feelings of lack, feelings of being unsupported, has led to the Ten of Swords. Significant amount of stress, significant, this kind of goes even beyond sadness to depression. How others see you, the Queen of Swords. So knowing your truth, knowing what need, very good decision maker, makes decisions based on logic. Which would go very in line with justice. She's very fair, but the whole truth, nothing but the truth. I'll give you a chance to say your piece, but I'm going to know if it fits in or not. Something has shifted, really affected. So they're seeing you as this, and now they're seeing the Ten of Swords, this overwhelming mental weight. It's brought about a lot of confusion where normally, you know, and you're able to make, so you're able to keep balance based on knowing your truth. But you are now in a position where you no longer know the truth. Your truth is like your truth was your foundation, a part of your foundation, knowing your truth. And that was kind of your guiding light, how you kept balance, your mental balance, your mental focus. But that's been shifted because now we're at the Ten of Swords. What you once believed to be true, it really amounted to a belief system. The way you view the world has changed. Something has shifted that. Hopes and fears. The moon in reverse, that you won't receive the clarity that you need. You're facing an unknown like you've never known before. Because you've gone about life with this belief structure, with this truth, and it's guided you and it's served you well. And now it hasn't. Something, it's like you have to reevaluate your truth or integrate this situation, whatever happened. It's shifting your truth majorly because we have the Hierophant in reverse. And right now you're in a real space of confusion. You don't know what to think. You can't trust your own mind right now. You're very, very fearful right now. Very fearful right now. Outcome. Chariot in reverse. Well, that's probably not a bad thing. But the Chariot in reverse also indicates imbalance. You know, you're moving forward with will and determination. And maybe that's always been your experience. You've been, always, because you've had your truth, you've been able to move forward with that will and determination, maintain some balance in your life, always maintaining that balance. But that has come to a major halt. Cup. And see, now we have the cup again. Now we have the Ace of Cups. And we have the Page of Cups over here. Something about the heart space here. I think there's a spiritual lesson here for you. This Ace of Cups also has the phases of the moon. Right now, you know, with the moon in reverse, your hope and fears, I would think you're sitting more on the dark side of the moon, but the moon always keeps going, right? There's always more. The light is coming around. So more clarity will come through, but I think it's going inward, refilling that cup from a place of the heart. Maybe now is the time to let your heart serve you a little bit more in terms of where you want to go, because it's like your outside world has really taken a major shift. So now it's time to go inward and reevaluate your inner truth. Your inner, I think that's going to be your guide. There's a spiritual lesson here for you. Okay, let's see if we can get, I'm going to shuffle these a bit more. The moon in reverse, your intuition is blocked. It's blocked with all this mental weight. So it may be time to sit in stillness and really reconnect with yourself. Discover the truth within yourself again. It's like a rediscovery process. You're going through a bit of a death right now. Show me the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Show me the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Seven of Swords. So there was some deceit involved. You feel like you were deceived. And this is what left you feeling the lack, out of control. Or sorry, out in the cold. Show me the King of Wands, please. Show me the King of Wands. Page of Cups again. In reverse. A creative block. Doubt. Yeah, not knowing how to move forward from this. And I think it is a time for reflection is needed. I think the King of Wands can sit back for a while. Show me Justice in reverse, please. Show me justice in reverse. Yeah, because like the King of Wands, it seems like you were always driven by some sort of passion, some sort of drive. And the Chariot came to a grinding halt. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Interesting, because we have the Queen of Swords, how other people see you. You don't see yourself like this anymore. You don't know your truth anymore. It's no longer how you see yourself. Silence, solitude. It is time for some silence and solitude so you can get to the root of how you got here. You so trusted yourself. So it's funny, it says on this card mind over heart, but I am almost wondering if I think you've always had mind over heart. Yeah, and in terms of this deception card, someone has definitely crossed your boundaries. I still have a sense, though, that you've always had those clear boundaries. People have seen you that way. But maybe because you were like, you had such firm boundaries and then this deception happened, it's really thrown you for a loop. Or you gave yeah. For some of you, this will be in areas of work. For some of you, this will be in terms of, it could be like family, finances, in terms of family finances. So there could be definitely some legal issues here, whether it be, unfortunately, could be a divorce. Because that would be a major family structure, something that you relied on, that you thought was going to be part of your long-term marriage, would be indicative of the Hierophant, right? That's been turned upside down. This, for some of you, definitely could be a divorce. Job loss for some of you, where there was some deception involved, or you feel your job loss wasn't justified. You're being fed a bunch of crap. Oh, that definitely would be too. So an injustice has happened quite literally. So yes, again, for some of you, it could be divorce. For some of you, it could be even the death of a loved one, a major rift with a family member or a friend, but something really tied to your long-term, sort of, you thought was going to be very long-term. Feeling taken advantage of, and you didn't see it coming. Like, it's just, you just did not see this coming. Feeling very blindsided. The Devil. So you were trying to balance, juggle, making it. So you got entangled in something. And at the time, you didn't really see it. And then when it happened, it's like, bang. Well, the good news is, I'm not seeing cycles here. It's more of endings here. Like, divorce is hard. And any loss is hard. Now, I'm not seeing it as death because an actual death now, because this is devil energy. And I see you as being quite mentally strong before this. It's the event that has really, it's like your world is turned upside down. The world you knew it has turned, as you knew it, is turned upside down by this deception. A major injustice has occurred. Show me this Page of Cups, please. Show me this Page of Cups. Four of Wands. Yeah, that's the happy home card. You've your four, like the four wands are structured like in the shape of a home. This is where you put your love. This is where you put your emotional investment in. So yes, long-term investment. This is, you know, through thick and thin. This was going to be to the end, and you were going to build your Ten of Cups together. That's been disrupted. This is where you put your heart, in this structure, and it has turned upside down. And I'm feeling it's just not the dissolving, like there has been an injustice in the process, some sort of deception, which is causing you great mental weight. But let's take a look at that Ten of Swords. Show me the Ten of Swords. We have the Tower and the Emperor. The Emperor builds structure. That family, that Four of Wands. But the Tower has come down, and it kind of came down slowly. It's in reverse. It came down slowly. I mean, with a lot of it felt like a blindside because it probably ended really quickly. When you look back on it, you can probably see where the bricks were starting to fall. And maybe that's too a good reason to look back and say, okay, how did this happen? How did this get by me? But you know what? You are still the Emperor. You need to reconnect with your Emperor self. You can rebuild. You really can rebuild. You have the Queen. You still are the Queen of Swords. You have the Queen on your side. You're needing to, I think, rest your mind for a while. You need to heal. I mean, I'm not seeing this here, but it's like you haven't quite entered into that. The light is starting to come in, but I think until you can really find some, but it still seems to me like there's a lot going on, a lot of mental energy. And if there is some legal issues going on, there's a lot going on probably in your day-to-day. You're still bewildered. You're still like, what the fuck? Things haven't really calmed down because there's still a lot of energy on this board here. But I think, yeah, you need that time. And you may not necessarily, I think what you do need to focus on is, more than anything, is finding that you can spend forever trying to sort out what, on a mental level, what happened. But that would involve knowing the other person's mind, which you may never be able to know. Sometimes all you need to know is that you were deceived, plain and simple. How they could do that to me, how they could do that to me. Was it my fault? No. Because that's where that tends to go, right? You start getting into those spirals of, well, what did I do wrong? And yes, we always want to look at our contribution. However, we don't want to place self-blame where it isn't due. And sometimes that's what happens when you're trying to put the pieces together and you can't, and you are lost in so much mental confusion and about why the other person did this to you. Sometimes it's just enough to know that they did this to you. And don't get caught up in self-blame where self-blame isn't due. Because that's what happens sometimes when we try to put the pieces together with that lack of information. We tend to think it's all our fault. I think you did with the Tower in reverse, especially. It was like this slow drop. I really do think you tried, and you're the Emperor. You have this. The Emperor with the Queen of Swords. This kind of demonstrates who you are. You're good at building those foundations, that Four of Wands, that safe place where you could invest your heart. Show me the Hierophant in reverse, please. Why is the Hierophant in reverse here? Eight of Wands. It happened quick. Fast moving. It happened very, very quick. Page of Wands. Unreliable, detached energy. It's almost like there was problems, cracks, and then it was like, bang, down it went. Show me the Ten of Pentacles, please. Show me the Ten of Pentacles, please. Now you have the Two of Swords, indecision here again. I need to make a decision, but there is something you're not seeing, or you weren't willing to see, but it's slowly coming around with that, with the Ace of Cups, with the phases of the moon and that little bit of light, because the Five of Pentacles is in reverse. You are starting to take that blindfold and see things for what they really were. And that will be the start. And you got the moon up here too. The crescent moon, that's exactly kind of where you are right now. But the light will slowly start to build. The signs were there. There were actions, probably previous actions before the... And you're starting to see the truth. It's natural to not want to see the truth. Especially with someone so grounded in their own truth and with that ability to set firm boundaries. Yeah, you see yourself as someone who puts a lot of investment into things. You work hard. You're very logical. You work hard. You put in the effort to make things work. You're the Emperor. And I think you did that, but we have a Page of Cups here. Yes, it's a heart space, but it's the initial. It's like you put these things into place, but it's like there still wasn't enough room for your heart, because the Page of Cups is a small offerings. Small. There wasn't enough. Either you still didn't you worked hard thinking that there would be eventually room for, it's like there was four walls without much of a heart. And maybe you would try, but it wouldn't get anywhere. You didn't feel safe to fully open up your heart in this heart space. It was like all work, no love. Yeah, we got the four walls. Yes, if we keep going, we're going to get to the 10 Pentacles, but definitely not the 9 of. There's very little cups here. We're talking logical minds, Pentacles, working hard, good work ethic. You built that structure, but it lacked that heart. And it looks like you tried to offer it, but it just the heart space. And with the Ace of Cups in the outcome, I would say it's time to refill your cup, redirect that love back to yourself so that you will be able to give that again. But you need to give it to yourself again first. There's very little, little cups here. The Empress in reverse. Again, yes. So the structure was there. We had the Emperor. We built this home. But it became an atmosphere of codependency. Enabling. The Emperor was there, but the Empress is in reverse. So the counterparts, one's controlling, one's not being able to be nurtured, or this relationship, like we all have components of the Emperor and the Empress within us, but this Four of Wands, although it allowed us to show the Emperor side and build and build and build, there was no nurturing. There was no heart. You weren't able to bring out your nurturing side. There's no heart in this home. So yes, with the codependency, with the devil, the relationship issue itself was not functioning. Show me the Seven of Pentacles, please. Show me the Seven of Pentacles. Four of Swords. Exhaustion. Yeah, it just puts you worked really, really hard. Yeah, the four walls got built, but it's like, now you're just, it's like feeling like, well, it's not enough. I work and I work and I work and it's not seen. There's this exhaustion here. Now, the Four of Swords is a good thing, though it's in reverse, but it's the first card of healing that I've seen. You need that time to recover. It's in reverse, though, so you're not seeing it right now. But you need to heal. Put down your sword of truth and relax. Your truth is still true. Don't. It's just time to lay it down and heal. Now you need to focus on your heart. Your heart. It's not your truth. You know the truth. You know the truth. Take the blindfold off. It's not a problem of truth. It's a problem of heart. You're not going to see this one through by using your logic. You know the truth. It's your heart you need to refill. And I sense it's a good one. But it's time to pay attention to it. How others see you. Show me the Queen of Swords, please. Show me the Queen of Swords. King of Pearls in reverse. Oh, someone, oh. So you, see, in your world, if you build those structures, if you work hard, you feel in control. Your sense of control, your sense of self-worth maybe is defined by how hard you work. That's your value. That's where you that's where you get your sense of control. That's where you gain your sense of stability. And you're kind of obsessed with this need to be in control all the time, because what happens, that's how you gain it. But something has really happened to shift that. You need to bring more Empress in to balance out that Emperor. And that includes nurturing yourself. Because you're not doing that with the Four of Swords in reverse. See, without those physical structures, it's like your outside world, your inner world is dependent on how well your outside world is functioning. Where really it should be the other way around. Your inner world, your outer world should be a reflection of your inner world. So that even if something topples, it's your inner world that's giving you that strength, not your external world. And that's what this cup is very much about. It's about, this is where your strength should come from, inside of you, not outside of you. So when things are always going to happen that are out of our control, it doesn't mean that they're not going to be hard to get through. But when you have that inner, our true stability comes from within. And for some reason, I'm feeling that the only way you felt that you could be in control of yourself and in your life was to have that perfect job, that perfect home. You worked hard, you even achieved it. But there was a shift. And so when that part of that is taken away, your whole world starts to crumble. Then you start to think, well, I did everything right. And you may have. But you're not paying attention to your emotional inside world. Where this is your cup that you need to start giving to yourself. Oh, the Moon in reverse, the Magician. It's very difficult to, you have manifestation powers, but you need to manifest from within, and your power doesn't come from the external, it comes from within. And maybe you thought if you gave everybody this structure, this stability, that would be enough, because that's maybe, honestly, what I'm getting is when you were growing up, you had, you grew up in a home. Your parents were, they were okay. They were financially. That's where the stability came. But maybe their emotional stability wasn't there. Maybe there was a lot of anxiety in the home, a lot of arguing in the home. The emotional stability wasn't there. So you learn to equate stability with having a good home. And you realize, that was what the Hierophant was to you. Having 4 walls, literal 4 walls. This is your stability. Money in my pocket. a really good job. Well, you know, my parents both worked. We had money coming in. We could even go on that trip once a year. But the emotional environment was not great. So that's what you learned. But now, and then fast forward, you provide all that, but it doesn't sustain this time. So maybe as you saw things fall apart, you just worked harder at trying to bring home the bacon. Because that's what you got to do. Maybe you felt, well, I got to do more, and I got to do more, and I got to do more. And then you might start feeling, well, I can never do enough. You were doing more than enough. But it's the heart. It's the heart. The heart was never seen, though. It's time for you to see your heart. It's time for you to see your heart. Because that's where you're going to manifest from. And I know that when you do that, it's going to be brilliant. Show me the Ace of Cups, please. Show me the Ace of Cups. Eight of Pearls. That's your Eight of Pentacles. You'll be back on track. You will be brilliant. You will be brilliant. Because you do have great... You nurture from within, you will reestablish. You will reestablish. But it's going to come from within this time. Not my value is based on how hard I work and the four walls that I build. I am already valuable, and I'm going to manifest that. My value, my love for self, so that I can expand my heart. I hope this helped you, Taurus. Take care.